For about 10 years, I've thought that WrestleMania 30 was one of the best WrestleManias I ever witnessed. I wasn't there in person, but I definitely watched it. I think it was on the network or however they was streaming it at the time. I watched it. Daniel Bryan, emotional moment, Ultimate Warrior, and the whole scenery of everything was just very, very memorable. Now, what I just seen with Daniel Bryan, AEW, Tony Khan, Swerve Strickland, and all the good fellas that All Elite put together might have eclipsed that. It might. It needs to sink in for a few months. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but what I watched was completely incredible, amazing, emotional, cinema, storytelling at its finest. Now, I'm a little salty Swerve Strickland didn't win. I wanted him to have a great title reign. I wanted him to hold the title maybe for another year, but I'm not gonna lie, man. When I seen the entrances come out, when you seen Daniel Bryan come out and he got the final countdown entrance and the crowd is just popping crazy, and you got Swerve Strickland coming out and he got West Side Gun with him. He got Bun B with him. They're doing their rap entrance. It's a cool entrance, but you could feel the energy. You could feel that. Damn, Daniel Bryan has to pull this off. Even though I wanted Swerve to win at first, after the entrances, I'm like, I will put Daniel Bryan over, man. Bryan Danielson, I'm sorry. I keep remembering him as Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson. I will put him over, and I think they went with the right move. I know they went with the right move. That doesn't mean he's about to hold the title for a bunch of months. He just has the title now. He'll probably hold it for the next pay-per-view or two. I think Swerve Strickland will be getting it back within a short few months, but man, the storytelling that I just witnessed after All In, incredible, man. You got to give it up for Tony Khan, man. That was an incredible job putting a show like that together. Also, you got matches like Jack Perry, Darby Allin with the Coffin match, man. Sting coming out. Oh my God. We didn't even know he was in London. We thought he was retired. We thought we would see Sting never again. But nah, he comes back and the crowd pops, man, right before they're about to set the coffin on fire. This dude came out, tax on his face. Jack Perry's a star. I know a lot of y'all feel a little bit mixed emotions because of his situation with CM Punk. I'm going to tell you right now, Jack Perry is a star. And with all due respect, if he was in WWE and the right creative was put behind him, he'll be one of the most over stars on the face of this earth. I think in a few years, he still will be. He could do it with AEW as well. But when WWE puts that machine behind you, it's a little bit different. Jack Perry, incredible ring psychology, incredible talent, just incredible creative. How he got the all black belt. He has the coolest belt in wrestling right now. Crazy entrance. He just takes a beating, comes back, finds a way to win. Diabolical, man. There's not too many like Jack Perry. I really love this man work. Mercedes Monae and Britt Baker. I see a lot of mixed reviews online. Let me give you my opinion. Mercedes Monae entrance second to none. Coming out with the chariot, the three dogs, CEO. This woman is a bona fide star. It's not too many like her, man. Camille, she's behind her like the bodyguard, kind of like China. Oh, man, this is incredible. Britt Baker, DMD is cool. A lot of y'all like Britt Baker. I think she's cool, but honestly, I haven't seen nothing that made me really go crazy over her. I'm kind of used to people like Charlotte. I could go down the list. Nia, Bailey, the Four Horsewomen. Tiffany. I'm used to a certain type of level of talent. Not saying Britt Baker's that. I just want to see more of her. I haven't seen enough, but I'm very familiar with Mercedes Moné. I think they did a good match. I agreed with Eric Bischoff and Conrad said, I think it was the chemistry that was lacking between these two. These two seem like great in-ring performers. I know Mercedes Moné is. I haven't seen a lot of Brit Breaker, but the match did fall flat. I did find myself dozing off on this match just a tad bit, just because you could just tell the chemistry wasn't there. You could tell when two people just have chemistry, like Swerve and Daniel, MJF, Will Ospreay. The chemistry just fell flat a little bit in this match, but at the end of the day, the right call was made. Mercedes Moné won, and Mercedes Moné, she actually had a few words about the differences between WWE Creative and AEW Creative. It was interesting. Mercedes basically said that the difference is in AEW Creative, you get to sit down, she has her writer, and she gets to put together a compelling storyline in weeks. As far as WWE, it was week after week after week. You really didn't know what you was doing. Now, with fairness, the WWE Creative and Paul Levesque, I think that was more of a Vince McMahon thing. Vince McMahon was the head of the show. You never know when he was going to change up. He was getting older as Mercedes Moné was coming up, so she had to deal with a stubborn Vince McMahon, a Vince McMahon that thought that he really knew it all. And unfortunately, Creative was horrible around this time. Mercedes Moné was around. Hence the reason why her and Naomi walked out the building, I believe. But she hasn't worked in the Paul Levesque era in the thickness of it yet. So her comment could be outdated, but I'm happy that she's happy. I'm happy she's with AEW, Tony Khan. Everything's working out. And, you know, it seems like they got great things coming up within the next few months. MJF, Will Ospreay put on a clinic. There's not too many people on this earth like MJF, man. This dude is in his late 20s, man. He's coming out like he's a 30-year veteran. The aura. Y'all want to talk about aura? Tony Khan better give MJF a blank checkbook every time his contract comes up. This man is carrying the company. This man is the company. When you think AEW, you think MJF. He could have clearly main event any pay-per-view, definitely All In. MJF is the Hulk Hogan of AEW right now. Will Ospreay, man, incredible story being told. He came out with the Assassin's Creed theme. It was incredible, man. MJF, the All-American, coming out with the Creed boxing trunks, kind of remind me of the Lex Luger gimmick they did back in the day with WWE. Ah, man, this match was a banger, man. Now a lot of people asking me, I'm already getting comments, man, you think this match was better than the hour-long match they had at Dynamite? And nah. I gotta watch it again, but that hour match that they had on Dynamite was something special, man. And just the ending, the last second, that was incredible. Was this better? If it's not, it's very, very, very close. It's like a 1A and 1B thing because, man, both was complete bangers, 5-star matches. But if I had to pick one, I would probably pick the Dynamite match. But still a great match. You can't lose by picking one. The Gauntlet match, we got the return of Ricochet. Oh, man, I went crazy when I see Ricochet. Now, there's people saying that, man, AEW dropped the ball with Ricochet because he came out and he just essentially lose again. He didn't get pinned or nothing, but he had a few spots and Christian wins the match. The people are saying that Tony Khan missed out on the opportunity that Ricochet could have came out and been a top player from the get. I agree with that. I'm not going to lie, man. Tony, Ricochet is one of the top talent you have, man. Don't fuck up. Don't do what Paul Levesque did. I don't know why Christian won the contract. Ricochet should have came in. He should have rolled that momentum straight to the contract, man. He could have lost the contract match. That's cool. But, man, book this man correctly, bro. This dude is not a mid-carder. He's coming in and straight basically jobbing from the rip. I don't like that. And if he wasn't going to win, Adam Hangman Page should have won. Adam Hangman Page had a great showing, but he essentially loses. So I guess he'll go at it with Swerve Strickland, as JD was saying from NY, but we'll see. I don't know about that, man. I'm mad Ricochet didn't win that. I ain't gonna lie, Tony. Everything else was just, you got the Young Bucks, FTR. I don't really care. The Acclaimed, I didn't really care about that. The Acclaimed was cool. Chris Jericho and Hook, that was cool. We got to see Taz come. Hook wins that one. Chris Jericho puts him over. Tony Storm and Mariah May, they should have went on later in the card. They put on a clinic, man. They put on a clinic. This is how you tell a story. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-month long story, man. Tony Storm never gets out of character. She's like the Undertaker, man. You ain't seeing Tony Storm out of character. I don't care if you run into her at Applebee's, Walmart. You can run into her anywhere, man. She's gonna be a character. You gotta admire that about a talent like that. Mariah May, she gives me Tiffany Stratton vibes, man. She came through. She's now, she's the Owen Hart champion, and now she's the AEW Women's Champion. They did a great job with creative. They did a great decision putting her over, man. I want to see more from Mariah May. Tony Storm is a star. I think this storyline has a few months left into it, just seeing how it develops from here. But that's a great storyline. I didn't watch nothing else, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, the trios match, that was good. Pac and Cesaro, I don't even know. Claudio, they call him here, and Wheeler won that match. That was a cool match. I didn't watch nothing else, but AEW all in all, no pun intended. Great event. Great event. If this is going to be the WrestleMania of AEW, they did a great job at that. I give this show a 10, actually. I give this show a 10. I wouldn't even compare it to what Bash's Berlin is about to do next week. You know, Bash in Berlin is like a filler pay-per-view. We all know when WrestleMania comes around to Las Vegas, WWE is going to do what they always do. But right now, it's AEW moment. And I supported this pay-per-view. I paid the $50 because it's very, very important for me to light a fire under WWE ass. I was there. I was like 11 and 12 in the midst of the Monday Night Wars. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's nothing like when two wrestling companies are head to head. And it's like, man, everything is on the line. It's like life and death at this point, man. If my company loses, we could be bought out. You're going to see creative. You're going to see wrestlers. You're going to see everyone fighting tooth and nail. I know Tony Khan and everybody in the AEW know that when Raw goes to Netflix, the knob will be turned a little bit higher. PG era will be leaving. WWE will be getting a lot more creative than we have seen. Tony Khan is aware of this. AEW is aware of this. They know they have to step it up levels above. It's important for me to support them in stepping it up because, man, when they don't, we know what we get from WWE. We're getting a bunch of lackluster storylines. We're getting a bunch of I don't give a fuck what I write, what I create. Everything will be lackluster. Now, I feel like the WWE superstars, they got passion for what they do, but they only could do but so much, man. It's the fucking big heads of the company, the board members, the Dwayne Johnsons, Paul Levesque, Nick Khan's, Mario, you know what I mean, whatever his name is. Tony Hayes is back there. It's a Bruce Pritchard. Is powerful people backstage that has a lot of influence on creative and the direction where the company's going, and the fire needs to be lit under their ass. The wrestlers, they go out, they bust their ass, they work through injuries. This is one of the hardest, if not the hardest job you could have on this earth. Traveling, having to work out, stick to your diet, act, get beat up, all of this shit, man. It's the bigger heads that really control like the direction of where the company's going. So when I'm saying I'm jumping on, I'm lighting a fire on their ass, that goes to the corporate, man. The wrestlers are great workers. And it's not too many times. I don't even think I can think of one wrestler who really can't work right now. You know what I mean? All of them are great. All of them are trained properly. That's just my opinion. I like some better than others, but that's neither here nor there. We have to continue to support AEW. We have to continue to push AEW. We have to continue to push TNA too, man. I like what TNA, Ring of Honor. Let's not forget about the independent companies. AEW did a good job. Tony Khan did a good job. Let me know in the comments what you think about AEW All In. Bryan Danielson done it again. 10 years later, he has another incredible moment. People don't even have one in wrestling. He not only had his WrestleMania 30 moment, WrestleMania moment, he comes back and has an all-in AEW moment. This dude is a first ballot Hall of Famer and two of the top biggest. We're looking at one of the greatest to ever do it. That needs to be a video that I might have to make. Is Daniel Bryan the greatest to ever do it? One of them. Is he in your top 5? Let me know in the comments, man. It's Bobby Monsoon 215. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.